everybody. Welcome to Just Talkin. Please feel free to give us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. We are also on Spotify, and you can follow us on Instagram at Just Talkin Podcast. Thanks.
Two girls who look alike, both chatting in a mic. It's just talking, just talking. That's the same with no platform. Pressure by societal norm. It's just talking, just talking. So grab a drink and cheers to you for listening the whole way through. Like you promised it's just talking, just talking.
I'm great. How are you doing?
I'm fine.
I've been in a giggly mood all day.
Oh,
all day long.
Giggly Biggly.
All day.
We were at the we were at Fred Meyer not too long ago, and literally an hour ago. Can I help you?
I cannot tell if there is a new freckle or if it's a piece of makeup
On my face?
Can I just try?
Just try to get it off. Whatever. What is it? New freckle?
No.
Really?
Although I don't know if you guys have gotten them before, but I have new freckles.
I
There are a
have some
couple
new
on
freckles.
This cheek. Is it this cheek
I don't know.
or is it this cheek?
You have so much makeup on, it covers your freckles. Not so much makeup.
I don't wear that much makeup.
Enough makeup to cover the freckles. I'll tell you what. You know, they're trying to make freckles be in style.
Every single filter has a freckle on it. No.
This is actually what we're talking about. This is what we're talking about because so many filters have freckles, and it's like, I'm not saying you can't have freckles, but what's with the high demand?
Earlier I was using Instagram, and I post on my Instagram story pretty frequently, some might say.
Follow her at This Is LA Ryan and new.
Oh, she just got her Instagram back.
I got
This
my
is
Instagram
Kelly
back.
Ryan.
Feel free to follow.
So anyway, there's this filter that's like CEO of blank, and then it spins like all the other ones do, and then it lands on whatever you're the quote unquote CEO of, right? Mm-hmm. Freckles. Why?
Wait, there are freckles in that filter?
Yeah, on your face. Why?
Because you have to have freckles if you're a CEO. You didn't know that? That's why your career is crumbling.
Every meeting I go into, they just take one look at me and they're like, no.
No
I
freckles,
I don't get it, because I feel like it used to be, listen, maybe it used to be something to make fun of, so people are like, no, freckles are beautiful, moles are beautiful. Freckles? Maybe. Moles? I don't know.
Yeah, I got a mole on my butt. I'm just letting you know. I have a mole on my butt. For real. And I don't look at it and go, beautiful.
If moles are so beautiful, why did I have to get 2 surgically removed when I was 11?
Yeah, I just find it hard to believe. Like, look.
Y'all ever heard of melanoma? That's not sexy.
No. Well, can't we just have flaws and accept them as flaws?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, why do we have to... Your armpit hair isn't beautiful. It's not.
That to me is just so. Why do you want it? Why do you want it?
I watched this Instagram ad the other day, and here's the thing: is that it knows that it bought.
What I was saying that I have pulled up on the screen right now is 100 beautiful armpit hair ideas on Pinterest.
Yeah, but
what do you mean ideas?
Just the hair.
What do you mean ideas? The
That's
idea is that it fucking exists, isn't it? But also, so I was on Instagram and I saw this ad for those Billy razors. Have you heard of these?
No.
Okay, so it's just like a pretty razor that that's pretty much it.
Who gives
right?
a fuck?
No.
Just get it out of here.
But so they show this girl shaving her armpit hair, and she has like a lot of armpit hair. You know what I'm saying? Which if you shave regularly, you typically don't let it grow out.
You got a little stubble.
You got a little stubble, and that's it. These are the razors right here. Their whole thing is they're like, oh, we're pretty colors, and our name is Billy, which is kind of a guy's name. I know that Billie Eilish or whatever, but she's odd.
Well, it's like the Manscaped thing. They're like trying to make it profitable, like Manscaped or Harry's, but for women.
Yeah. They're trying to make it like a fancy thing, more of a brand, if you will. And I gotta hand it to them. They do a good job at doing the brand.
Sure.
But it's like, I get the picture. If you don't have to. Ugh, God, people are gonna get up in arms.
I hate armpit hair so much. I literally I shave my armpits every single day when I shower.
Look,
it doesn't matter.
You can let your armpit
swear
hair
to God.
grow out, but I'm going to tell you this right now. You better sit 5 feet away from me in the summer heat,
In the summer
because
heat, when you're
that
sweating
shit
like that.
will stink no matter how much deodorant you put on. And let me tell you something this too. If you let your arm hair grow out, odds are you stink to begin with. You know what I'm
Well,
saying? It's the
I've
truth.
had friends before that have said to me, women friends who have been like, I don't shave my legs, I don't shave my armpits, and I'm just kind of like, we can't be as close as originally we once would be, because no, I don't believe in that, and
Yeah.
because I think you're just trying to make a point. I don't think you really like the way it looks. I think you're just trying to make a point.
The whole point is we don't have to do what we're told, and it's like, I guess, but can't we find this in other ways?
I
Can't we
like
do other
my
things?
legs without hair. I think when I wear a dress, a short dress or skirt or whatever, I would like there to be no hair on my legs.
Do whatever you want, but I'm not going to call it pretty.
No.
I'm just saying, do whatever the hell you want. I don't care if you don't shave your legs, but I'm not going to go, oh, nice legs. You know what I'm saying? Like,
That's
no
right.
one's, so
I can't see them. They're covered in hair.
Can't see I'm covered in hair. Exactly. How am I going to compliment a nice car if it has a cover on it?
And you can't say it has anything to do with, like,
That was a good point that I
you
just
can't-
made.
You can't say it's like.
Are you saying that
What are you saying?
you think that people have beautiful armpits and they're covering up with hair?
More so on the leg factor. I'm not as into armpits as I am.
Well, see, here's the thing. It has nothing to do with gender roles. It's nothing to do with that. Because when I see a dude with no hair on his legs, it's not like I'm like, hey, why don't you friggin' get some hair on those?
Yeah.
I'm
yeah.
like, wow, nice legs.
Yeah. But I will say, armpit hair. Okay, it's so gross. Even on a guy, it's gross.
I simply don't like it.
Yeah, you're never like when a guy lifts up their arm and it's covered in armpit hair, you're not like, ooh, put my face in it. No, it's gross on a guy too.
Absolutely.
But men are what they are,
I
which
totally
is
agree. I
you
could
know,
not agree more.
part of being a man. Don't take this the wrong way, Bruce. Part of being a man is you got a little bit of gross to you.
Yeah.
And women like that though, because it's like, we're not gross, you're a little gross. It's a good pair, type of thing. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I feel like it's almost kind of like a pheromone cave woman type thing to enjoy a little bit of grossness, right?
Maybe a
I
little bit.
guess, yeah. But
I personally know that I think that I look better when I don't have hair all over me.
take
That's
it
just me.
from someone who cares about you. You do. You look a lot better.
If I just let everything go, I mean, there's going to be hair everywhere. You have to understand there will be hair
Everywhere.
everywhere.
We both have this problem. I
We-
bought a nose hair trimmer today. I'll say it.
There's nothing wrong with there's nothing
And
wrong with
I
that.
wouldn't be shocked if one of these listeners listens to this and they go, "Thank God." You know why? Because I'm gonna tell you something. The worst thing you could ever do is ask. I don't even want to tell this story. I don't even. No.
No,
It
come
it
on.
upsets. Okay. So when
So
I
you're
was,
telling it?
I gotta tell the fucking story. I have to. After that
Yeah.
lead in, come on.
I could tell you're nervous because you're sweating. You just put your hand on the table. There's fingerprints.
I know. I hate telling this story. Okay.
Go ahead.
So, in college, I was dating this guy, and we bought this book that was like the two of us or whatever. And you write I know. And you write, it's literally so cringe. Okay. So you write like answers to things about each other. So it would be like, what's your favorite part of their personality? You write the answer.
Yeah.
One of the questions was, what do you find most unattractive about your partner? And he said, the hair on her body. And I got so upset. And he goes, well, it's not like you can change it. You can take it off, like where it shows up. Like you can take it off. So I said, fine. I'm going to put in an answer that you can't take off, that you can't fix, because you know how angry we get when we're insulted and hurt, and how rude we get.
I'm being very careful about what I'm
So I said, well, I think that there's a vein in your dick that looks really fucking disgusting. And that would be my least favorite thing about you.
You wrote that in the book?
I did write that in the book. If anyone finds this book, I don't know where it is. But if anyone finds this book, they're going to be like, This book had a very abrupt stop in its answers.
I can't figure out why you guys weren't a match.
I know.
I can't figure out how that book turned into a big fight.
Yeah. If least attractive thing about appearance was supposed to be something, kind of like, I don't know.
Yeah, well, no. So I was planning on saying, I don't like how much dirt is under your fingernails. That's reasonable. Wash your hands. You know what I'm saying? Whereas his could be like,
This guy.
okay,
If
a little bit too much of that caveman thing going on for him. You know what I'm saying? He's like so gross.
yeah.
Yeah, but my point is that he could have picked something that was a little more, not insulting.
I dated a dude for a little bit who was almost like too comfortable with the fact that I would have hair on my body. Like
What do
a
you
little
mean?
Too
What the hell do you mean by
like
that?
I'd be like, hold on, I'm just gonna run to the restroom real quick, and then I came back, and he'd be like, "Were you plucking your nipple hairs? Like, just ask me." And I'd be like, "No, I just went to the bathroom." And he was like, "Oh, because I used to, date somebody who plucked their nipple hairs all the time."
Soupy. We gotta shut that door when he goes back in.
I mean, even if I was, I don't want to talk about it. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I don't want to. Look, women get hairs. If you don't know this,
Hold on, just let's pause.
Okay.
Until he gets.
do you want to
back
hit
in here.
pause or no?
I didn't mess up the shot, did I?
No, but I just.
Oh,
wanna-
here's Soup. Soupy, come on in, baby.
Bed. Good boy.
Good boy. Good boy. Lay down. Bed. Go. That was a fun little takeaway.
I'm writing all these timestamps down.
Yeah.
Just know that the Audacity recording, which obviously would have made sense not to do it like this, is 40 seconds ahead of that.
That's okay.
So to find it on there, which I don't know, I hope it's not too much work. I'm trying to make it as
No, I'll drag the clips. It'll make sense, don't we? Anyways, go ahead.
Yeah. So he just, and that wasn't the only time he ever brought it up. Specifically the nipple hair thing, not hair in other places. It was like really like he was
On that place.
Was
I
it
like
was
guy,
it
but
that he liked the nipple hair? Or-
I think he just found it interesting.
It
that,
is
like-
strange. It is strange that women get that.
That
And-
I don't know.
But some women, I mean, I'm pretty lucky in that category because some women I know, it's like a disaster.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I
it's a
mean, like I've been
disaster.
very lucky with the fact that listen, the only reason why I have prominent chin hairs that I now have to pluck every now and again is because in my early teens and in my late teens and in my early 20s, a long time, I had been shaving my chin.
You shaved your chin?
I shaved my chin
What?
a
Really?
few times. Yeah.
Isn't
And so
that
now-
I
like a-
never shaved my
Isn't
chin.
that a thing you're not supposed to shave it? 'Cause
That's
then it grows
correct.
back worse.
You're right
Yeah.
about that. So
The mustache is
the
easy though. You can
mustache
shave
is
that all
easy. You shave it all the time. Obviously, the mustache is a different scenario. In regards to shaving that, I blame our wonderful hairdresser that we grew up with. Her name is Janine. And she told us when we were probably 11 or 12 or something, she was like, "Oh, yeah, you're going to start getting," she was like, "Just shave it up every day."
Yeah, because a lot of women go and pay the money to get it waxed, and it's like,
And she was like, "Just take a razor, shave it out there." She goes, "I've been doing it forever."
Yeah.
And then we started doing it, and now we've been doing it.
yeah, and our mom
forever.
was like, "You don't know how to do that," and we were like, "Well, we already started, so what are you gonna do?"
Every now and then, now in regards to my chin, I only pluck them.
Yeah.
A lot of the hairs, I'm a plucker, and some people would be like, "It hurts. Why don't you get it waxed?" Whatever.
doesn't
Why don't you
hurt
get
that
And I'm
much
like,
to pluck it.
waxing is not. Also, it's wildly satisfying when you get some of them.
Yeah.
That you
Oh,
weren't
yeah,
expecting.
yeah.
And I don't get like
Wait. When you get what?
When you
when
pluck
get,
one.
when you get the hairs.
Well, Kelly will do that all the time. She'll start plucking these things out of her face and like she's a sick bird.
I was trying to fucking talk to her the other day, sitting at the kitchen table. She goes, "Hold on." She goes into the restroom, She comes out, sits back down at the table with me with a pair of tweezers. I'm telling a story. She's going, like that. I go, would you finish?
Well,
go to the bathroom.
here's the thing.
Here's the problem.
Here's the problem. Is that once you find one that's right there, you can't focus on anything else.
I'm trying to tell a story about my day,
And
you're
I was
sitting next to
listening.
me
I
going
am a
like,
multitasker.
How am I supposed to focus on what I'm saying when you are focused on plucking your chin hairs?
I don't know. Now I'm looking at you. Now I'm looking at you to see if you got any.
I know I don't fucking have any. I plucked them the other day.
Oh, really?
Yeah. What is incredible and also jarring at the same time is when you look down and you realize you have one right here.
Yeah, what's that
That is
about?
way too long and it's been there a while, but you have not seen it this entire time.
Think of how little you look down at yourself.
But also, it must have been there for what? Weeks? A month?
No, I don't think
How
so.
fast do they grow?
I think they like spurt
No,
overnight.
they fucking don't.
Yes, they do. They have
That's
to.
not how hair works,
They,
Kelly.
Allie, I'm telling you, they get a kick start at the little nub, and then they freaking. They have to.
Maybe
Yes.
an ingrown hair.
No. Visible growth overnight is possible.
Visible growth, not the entire fucking thing.
I'm telling you.
Hold on here. Visible growth, what they're saying, visible growth overnight is possible according to some beauty bloggers. And we all know how educated they are.
Okay, can you look at how fast can a chin hair grow
No,
on a
I'm
woman?
not talking about chins. I'm talking about chest.
How
fast can chest hair grow on a woman?
This is important to know because I swear to God, it must grow, and then when it breaks through the skin, it goes ding. I'm telling you.
A rough estimate, 1 inch every 2 to 3 months. So, I look down and I see a hair that's this long, and you're telling me that came about overnight?
I don't know about that, but the tiny ones, yes.
Have you ever looked down and seen a hair this long? Have you
I don't
ever
think-
looked down?
I don't think
and
that
seen
long on
a
my
hair?
chest.
I'm so busy. I'm going. I don't even notice. All day. I'm just productive all day long. I do so much work. I put so much my heart and soul into everything I do that I don't even have time to look down once a month to see if I have a chest hair.
My roots are awful right now. Literally, I'm looking at the side view, and it's painful, girl.
You
What
look-
color should I do my hair,
If
brown?
Kelly would have cut her hair right here, she would look like Coconut Head. I've told her before.
What color should I do my hair? What do you think?
I don't know.
It's just
You should let me do it. Because this turned out so well. I have half of my hair one color and the other half of my hair another color.
Well, I might have to go brown because Allie and AJ did it.
They came out with their song,
Potential breakup song, but it's explicit.
but it's explicit. And I
Yep.
honestly, who gives a shit?
I don't know. I don't know, but there are some weird people who are very nostalgic about everything.
And they're
Even
like, oh my God.
like the good and the bad. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
they're like, "Oh my god, potential breakup song. That was a classic." And it was like, "Yeah, when we were 9."
But
Let
I
it die.
I don't.
Let it die?
Also, I mean, the girls.
Nostalgia sells, baby.
I
does.
know.
That's like, I mean, look
It's
at all
for
the...
people who can't move on.
Well, but it's also like, look at all the movies that are coming out. They're all like a remake of something old,
Yeah,
or they're
yeah.
like a different. It's because, I mean, it's like we used to do a show that was like a movie-based, like a movie-themed show, and we would always try to make it as like nostalgic as possible because we wanted fat single chicks in their 30s to come to it, and they always would.
Yeah,
Let me
but-
tell you this. Let me tell you this. Bruce used to do this show, and it was an improv-based show, and I did it one time, and I shit you not, it was the worst performance of my fucking life. I was dressed as Santa. I fell, and I hit my head on a
Were you
table.
drunk?
Yeah.
It was also a drinking show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I, like,
Sorry, I
fell-
should have said like that would be normal.
But you know
not
what-
for Kelly, but for the show.
You know what, like, when you hurt yourself or you do something awkward or
Yeah,
whatever
yeah.
and people don't laugh, they're just like, are you okay?
Oh, the worst.
Oh my God. I was
The
like, if we
worst.
could laugh around the fact that I did this, that'd be much better than you guys being like, oh my God. It's
Kelly
like,
and I are not poised individuals.
no, we don't have any grace.
None.
None.
We
None.
are freaking stampeding through this whole life. No option.
It really does feel often like we enter a room like a bowling ball.
Yes.
Yes. Can't really, because, I remember watching Black Swan and being like, I
What
could.
the-
What? No, Black Swan.
sharp
No,
left.
because they're so poignant. They got the pointy feet. They're super skinny. All this stuff, and I remember watching them being like, I don't get it. I don't get it.
What are you talking
I don't
about?
get ballet, bitch. Is what I'm saying. That poise, that grace, that beauty,
I was
daintiness.
looking for the connection. And
No,
I
no.
cannot
I
find it.
don't.
It saved my life.
I don't understand the word, the idea of being dainty. I'm gonna tell you something. I got this thing for Christmas. Okay, it tells you your BMI on it, right? And this thing told me at
Do you want to
5'1".
explain what it is a bit more? And not
It's
just,
like a
she
Fitbit,
doesn't
but
just wear something on her wrist. It's like
yeah, it's
29.8.
no, it's it's basically a Fitbit, but it has all the things of like an Apple Watch type of thing. Okay, and so, anyways, it shows you your BMI on it, and for a 5'1" girl like myself, it told me a normal weight was 99 pounds. 99.
That's
It told me that I'm
bullshit.
obese. I said,
Whatever.
yeah, right.
Whatever.
Your mom's obese. Fitbit, watch, whatever the fuck. Not obese.
99 pounds. Fuck is
99
anybody
pounds.
gonna do with 99 pounds?
I don't know. I don't know. But at 100 and whatever I am, not telling you.
None of your business.
None of your business. I could beat the shit out of a 99-pound bitch. But you ever see like you go to the store and you see women our height who are just small.
Very small.
They're small. And I'm like,
We're short. That's small.
different than small, short. But there are people that got like tiny bones and tiny
Oh yeah, they're real small.
like tiny boned
Yeah.
little birds,
Yeah.
little birds
Yeah.
running
Oh, I know.
around.
I know.
And I'm not trying to body shame or whatever. That's on the 4th episode of the season, but
we we did that earlier.
we did that earlier. No, I'm not trying to. If you're skinny or whatever. But I'm like, every single time I go into a store and there's like an extra small size, I'm like, who's this for? And then I see somebody who weighs like 99 pounds, and I'm like, it's for you.
I tried to date a dude who one time told me he weighed the exact amount that I did,
Oh yeah, been there, done that.
and I was like, I don't think that makes me uncomfortable a little bit.
Yeah.
'Cause I really don't weigh very much.
What is it about it that makes you uncomfortable? That you feel like he wouldn't be able to defend your honor or something, or what is it?
It just it made me honestly. I'll be real about it. It made me self-conscious. Like it made me.
About how much you weigh?
Yeah, because he was tall. He was taller than I am.
Yeah.
You know.
Mm-hmm.
And so it just made me kind of like, I felt bigger than I think I am
Mm-hmm.
because of it. And it's not as though like, I don't know. And he had kind of the personality of somebody who wouldn't like, stand up for me in a sense. So I think that also, I don't mind somebody who's a bit, yappy, but will get the shit kicked out of them for me. You know what I mean?
I need a guy
Like-
that can throw a punch. Throw a punch
yeah,
or carries a knife. I don't know.
yeah.
But
I carry red pepper gel, police level pepper spray.
yeah, that'll do.
Dude, I think about pepper spraying someone. I'm always ready to pepper spray somebody. I'm begging for the opportunity. I truly am begging for the opportunity to pepper spray somebody right now.
Well, hopefully you won't get the opportunity
That's right.
because apparently half of the time pepper spray doesn't even work because you got to get it right in their eye.
Well, just the other night, whenever we went out for a drink for the first time in forever, and that guy wouldn't stop talking to us, and he was annoying, and he was wearing glasses. And in my head, I was like, well, the move here, if something goes wrong, is I smack his glasses off of his head, and then I pepper spray him.
He was
Yeah.
He was 73 years old, but I was still like, I will pepper spray him for no issue.
We do not discriminate against who and who cannot be pepper
We
sprayed.
have not gone out in a long period of time, and
Yeah.
we decided to after work go have just a drink
outside,
outside.
mind you. No one
Outside.
was there.
And there was a gentleman who
Showed up.
probably about 5 minutes after I got there, not even, and he just did not leave us alone the entire time until Bruce went in and was like, closed out and came out and was like, we have somewhere to be, whatever. But what a nightmare.
Yeah, and he was just one of those old braggadocious dudes who just like wouldn't shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Not even like, I mean, it's not even like he was pestering us in like a negative way.
No.
He just wouldn't shut the fuck up.
Oh, and he thought to me, if you think you're the smartest person in the room, you're already annoying. I don't care if you're trying to be annoying or not. It's like his opinions were what was true.
He was just one of those guys who like comes over and stands with his arms crossed and talks as if like everybody, you know, gives a shit and values his opinion because of his experience and age. And it's like, no, actually, we don't give a fuck about you or anything that you do and want you to go away.
Well,
yeah, I mean, the whole time I'm just like, hey, I'm thinking in my head, how can I smack this guy upside the head and pepper spray? Literally. He's talking about all himself overall, and I'm literally just like, in my head, all I'm thinking about is what it's going to be like and how funny it's going to be when I fucking pepper spray him.
Well, the other thing is this. It's like, you know what, sir?
Meanwhile, this was the highlight of his week.
Yeah, I know. That's what's annoying is that he doesn't even see himself as that. And the other thing that was so fucking annoying was he was like, oh, am I annoying you? I don't mean to annoy you. And it's like,
dude,
sir,
if
read
you
the
don't,
room.
if you don't know you're bothering us, you won't know, regardless of how we like respond. Like he just had no self-awareness at all. I know he had been drinking, but it's like still, dude.
With all
You
guys
suck.
like that, you're like, how much can you really drink before you just, you know what I'm saying, fall right over?
Well, that too, but it's also like, how many people have you done this to?
Yeah.
He will never remember us.
Well, and the thing that's really frustrating about it is like I was telling Kelly this. It's like you're at this bar. The only place you can sit is outside. Like there's only 2 tables. There's nowhere to go. It's not as though we just like say, oh, we don't want to talk to this guy anymore. Let's go over there. We can't go anywhere. Like we either talk to him or we leave. Those are the 2 options.
Yeah.
Or Bruce pepper sprays.
I was so ready. No, I understand what you're saying. I'm a big walk awayer. I'm real. I've gotten, especially from like working at the Comedy Store and all the fucking dildos who want to talk to you all the time.
Yeah.
It's just like I've gotten very good at leaving conversations.
What?
See, this is where I disagree with the 2 of you. Or not even disagree, but have a problem. If I notice that someone is annoying, or if I notice that there's potential for it to get a little weird,
This is true.
I do happen to stand by to see what happens.
No.
Why? Because you're just like, this could be funny.
Yeah, and I like studying people, their behaviors. This guy was a phenomenon in the way that he was the exact example of who you don't want to see at a bar in a pandemic. And that is information I need to gather.
No, that makes sense. That makes sense. No, it makes sense because no COVID, I wouldn't have given a shit about that guy and I would have just kept drinking and doing my thing probably.
Yeah.
But with him just like being so close to us, and whenever he first started talking to us, and he wasn't wearing a mask, and we weren't because we were sitting down, but he was like standing up next to us, and he was like, "Oh, do you want to put my mask on?" And I was like, "Oh, it's okay." I was like, because in my head I'm like, "Oh, you're gonna go away in 2 fucking seconds,"
Right.
but then. After a while, I even said, I was like, hey, I don't want to, I'm, having a good time doing this, but, would you mind putting your mask on? And at that point, he'd already spat in all of our drinks, probably.
Yeah.
Not like.
We just didn't, at that point, we just didn't drink the rest of our drinks that we had.
Not saying like we turned around and he hawked a loogie in our drink. I'm just saying the way he was talking.
He was literally, like, okay, let's say I'm sitting at this table. He was standing about right here, and his gut was right maybe not even like a foot away from me, and it was happening for about, I would say, 25-30 minutes. I mean, it was just nuts. It was
a nightmare.
It really was.
But even think about this, like,
I totally disagree with you.
No. I'm literally not saying what you're saying that I'm about to say. I'm bringing up another point.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Imagine a world where women did that.
Exactly. They don't.
You can't.
They don't do it.
You
They
can't.
don't do it.
That's the thing.
Men love to try and educate. I had a man come in the other day to my work, and he asked me. He goes, "Do you know who sings this song?" And I go, "No, sorry, I don't." And he goes, "Oh no, I know who sings it. I was just quizzing you."
Who gives a fuck? What are you doing? What are you saying? Why do you care if I know something?
What do you care? I also, here's another thing I can't stand, and I'm gonna bring it up right now because it has people have said it like in the past few weeks, and I've heard it, and I just can't stand it. When I am out to eat with a gentleman, and the server calls them boss, I get infuriated.
That's a fat guy thing.
I hate it.
Because
because it infers that the man is running shit, and that's not how I operate. I cannot stand it.
How many times at Red Robin has you been wronged?
No. I'm for real. I'm getting hot in my face right now.
I can
because
tell.
I literally can't stand it.
You're boiling.
Or servers when they come over and they ask like the guy, "Hey boss, what do you have?" And like as if he knows what I want, or like he's going. It drives me. If a man orders for me,
Whenever they say, "Hey
No.
boss," you should say, "What's up?" You should just jump right in and be like, "Oh, on the bus, sorry."
Well, do you think that that's like sexism on the waiter or waitress or whoever's part? I mean, it's probably not a female waitress being like, "What's up, boss?" But do you think that that's kind of playing into what she assumes is the man's kind of ego, and him trying to just drive the tip more and being like, "Hey, boss, like you're the man, like you're not like you're the man, you're the male, but like you're the guy, you're him, you know, like
I don't know.
You're in charge."
I don't know what the
I-
difference
I-
is, but
I'm
it pisses me off.
assuming- No, I'm assuming you're right in that. I do think that they say it to instill some sort of confidence in a sense in the male patrons so that they feel like, they're running it, and they whatever. But I want to promise you this, is that I can guarantee that if I am with somebody, it's either we're equal on playing fields or I am the boss. I do not date men that consider themselves to be of higher opinion or their word is law or any of that nonsense. You know what I'm saying? So
you don't date any cowboys?
No, I don't. I like it just drives me nuts.
I've dated quite a few men who did that, and it's awful.
It's
awful. You feel like you lose a little bit of yourself. Not even that they had the right to think that way.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mhm.
they never even made as much money as I did. They never do. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you want to control a woman, it's because you're lacking in an area.
So here's
That's the problem.
Here's what I will say is a difference between Kelly and I. In relationships, I feel like you are less willing to fight than I am. Like,
Fight about what?
argue
Oh,
with
I don't
the
like to
person.
argue.
She does not like to argue.
No.
Where I don't give a shit if I fight with somebody. Me fighting with you and arguing with you has to me, it is no representation of whether or not I care about you and I like you.
aren't you tired?
You know what I mean?
Aren't you tired, though?
No.
Ugh, man.
I don't
always
get tired if I'm right. I do not get tired if I'm right.
Yeah, I think that a big thing about, in my opinion, about having like a really strong relationship, in my end anyway, is picking your battles.
Well, then again, you've been in a relationship for 2.5 years, and
yeah, and we pick our battles. There's some things that, of course, pisses off about each other all day long, but it's like, I don't.
I mean, I feel like I pick my battles, but I pick a lot of them.
Yeah, I mean, the little things we just don't argue about. We just don't. I mean, if we had an actual concrete argument, then yeah, we'd probably say something, but we don't say it in a fighting way. It's more just like a, hey, that's kind of hurt my feelings type of thing. You know, he's not somebody to get mad at because it's like, I know that his heart's in the right place.
I was going to bring, I don't mean to bring it back to this, but the, like, ordering for you at a restaurant, like, if I was to do that, if I was like out with Kelly, or it could be any woman, out.
Now we're gonna fight after this. After this, our first fight ever. Get fucking ready.
But it would be like if I was gonna order for Kelly, it wouldn't be because I was trying to like assert my dominance in any way. And I'm not saying that that's not everybody's goal, but it would kind of be a thing of like, kind of the same gesture of like if a dude was to like open the car door for you or like put his jacket over a puddle, which I will never. I'm not going to go that far.
Who puts a jacket over a puddle?
Let me
People
explain
put jackets
a
over
bit
That's like
puddles?
an old school thing of like a dude putting his jacket over a puddle, which is
That is
stupid.
ridiculous.
That is stupid.
But it's
Yeah.
like that's like you never seen that like the guy where it's like, oh, the woman's walking past a puddle, let me put my jacket on the puddle.
Yeah, but how much is the jacket versus the shoes? You know what I'm saying?
Put the jacket on the
You've
puddle.
never
jacket
seen
on
this?
a
It's like an
puddle.
old school trope.
Yeah, it's old school because no one does it anymore.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but do you see what I'm
Everyone
saying?
was like, "This is ridiculous. Why are we putting so many
Yeah,
jackets?"
Guys, I lost
we
five.
gotta
What are you
call
doing?
it.
I lost 10 jackets this
Oh
week.
my God.
Um,
But what I was gonna say was that let me explain a bit more, because what you're saying, Bruce, is different than what I'm thinking about in regards to ordering from the other person. I saw a picture a few months ago of somebody who put as the caption, they were out to dinner with their significant other, and the caption was that they said
I know what you're talking
they wanted the shrimp whatever.
about.
And
Scallops. I think it said.
Yeah, yeah,
Scallops
scallops.
is what it said. Yeah.
And the boyfriend turned to the server and said, she'll have the steak medium rare. Changed the order for her. And she found
Yeah.
that
Well,
attractive,
oh.
where I find that disgusting. I order what I fucking want. You don't have to decide what I want to eat and what goes into my body. That's me, not you. That's not romantic. That's shitty.
If you got me steak, I'd be pissed. I don't eat steak.
I ordered what
I
I
eat
fucking
scallops.
wanted.
Actually, I don't eat scallops either.
That I don't.
Right.
The reason that she would find that attractive is because she has no idea.
Of who she is as a
Well,
person.
not a she has no idea who she is, but B, she doesn't have a lot of healthy relationships. I don't know why I feel like I'm sounding like such a whatever on this podcast, but it's like she probably doesn't have a healthy relationships surrounding her in any way. Her parents probably don't have the best thing going on. So in her mind, she's like, oh, he did this, but really.
Well, her life has been decided for her. She's rich as fuck. She went to TCU. She's always had everything that she's ever wanted. So in her mind, all that really needs to fit the next step is a man. And if that man treats her like shit, then so be it.
But
all
that
these-
guy is sorry. That guy, the reason he's doing that is because he feels like he has. It's like some American Psycho shit. He feels like he has better taste in whatever. Where like if I was like, if
and I
you
think that's
like
shitty.
steak, and I would be like, this is really good. You should try. That is what I think. If I was you, that's what I would order. I wouldn't go as far as to like change. I'm not a psychopath. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But again, like, you very rarely see this in I mean, you just don't see it in women. You just don't see it.
I don't understand it. You should. There is no reason
That the
why
scallops
a man,
weren't enough.
There is no reason why a man should make decisions for you. There is no reason for it. It doesn't matter if it's just dinner. It doesn't matter if it's a fucking apartment that you want and they pick another one. It doesn't matter how big or small. A man should not make decisions for you. Period.
Unless he's picking out flowers. And then he can pick the flowers
Well,
that he thinks I would like.
Is it in your mind? Are you like, if he makes those kind of judgment calls or like overrulings, then he's kind of doing that in every other aspect of
Yeah, what else
stuff?
does the motherfucker
Yeah.
do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just, to me, and also, I mean, I'm somebody who values food and culinary things and stuff like that. So it is, even that is offensive to me, where it probably isn't to a lot of people.
No, it's offensive
because a
to
lot
me.
of people don't know what they're eating.
No,
You know
it's
what I mean?
it's offensive to me. I think
Yeah.
it's offensive to any woman who doesn't want to suck a guy's dick 5 nights a week.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, she clearly... No, it's true. It's true. Think of the amount of things that she probably goes through to make this guy happy. Think of how many things he tells her to do. Think of all this stuff. Think
Oh,
of
yeah,
the amount of guys' nights he has where he's doing something shitty.
Yeah.
I was gonna say he's like one of these Saturdays are for the boys Dilrod.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Where he's like, yeah,
Definitely.
it's steak and BJ night, so I'm gonna make steak and you blow me. And she's like, that sounds awesome. Because in her mind, that's what a healthy relationship is.
Right,
Because
yeah.
it's probably
because that's probably the example that her parents set up for her. And here's the thing is that, like, how do I put this? A lot of the young individuals from TCU who have gotten married get engaged at a young age and marry these people who they think they're supposed to marry and stuff, your marriages will be over in the next 10 years. I guarantee it.
hot take.
And
I
even
guarantee it. Because
hey, let me tell you this,
their
though.
premise is not built on love. Their premise is built on finding somebody who has money like their parents.
And let me tell you this, though, too. Let me tell you this. You don't have to get a divorce.
And I will say it over and
Yeah,
over
listen,
again.
you don't have to get a divorce
For your marriage
to
to
be
be
over.
over.
For your marriage to be fucking over, girl.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
is exactly
You
true.
do not.
Because listen, people stay trapped in an unhappy marriage for very, very, very long if
Yes, they do.
they feel like they have to please these people and whatever. So you might go, oh, they've been married for 30 years, but they've hated each other for 29. You know,
That's right. That's
because
right.
people are so stubborn that they'll stay in something that they don't want to be in anymore to please you people.
And I'm
for
gonna
what?
The thing is about this girl who I'm referencing, and here's why maybe there's a little bit of animosity towards her and towards a few other people. This young individual, when Kelly and I were, how old were we? 20? 21?
20, yeah, 20. I think
20.
I don't know. 20.
She was a cheerleader, and she and a couple other cheerleaders of the TCU squad made tank tops that said on them Team Skinny and put them on the internet to basically say that TCU was Team Skinny. Okay? And Kelly had something to say about it. Yes.
I was just gonna say meaning what?
Meaning that they're all skinny.
And that if you're not,
And
it's
if
like
you're not
there's
skinny,
Team
then
Skinny and
why
Team
would-
Fat.
Yeah.
And they're on Team Skinny.
They're Team Skinny. That's the cheerleading team. They're Team Skinny.
Dude, I missed
Okay.
Jacob and Edward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, exactly. So, Kelly, as a 20-year-old, saw this on Twitter and said something about it. And said it directly to them. Then Kelly and I got harassed online by a male cheerleader, which take that as you will, okay?
That's such a very funny sentence because
Yeah.
it's like the perfect like catty guy who's like, well.
Oh, yeah. So he called me fat, and then he said a couple other things to us.
I don't really remember what he said. We wrote a blog about it. Got 20,000 views the first night.
Yep.
We got into a lot of trouble.
Their
Yeah.
program got almost shut down, and these two members got suspended from the team for 2 weeks.
What kind of trouble?
Well, by this point in time,
People found us a bit problematic.
by
You're
by
saying
this
you got in trouble from people or from
People,
administration?
not
people.
administration.
Oh, that's not
well,
real trouble.
administration wasn't happy with me either.
No.
I went into the administration office because I went to go talk to the vice chancellor or whatever the hell. Her and I had some issues, and
And she's like, "Look, Kelly, I'm Team Skinny."
They
Well,
didn't
no.
like. They didn't like that we had basically said that TCU was part of the problem here. It wasn't just these two individuals. It was the administration and the institution as a whole. Because TCU has a very high rate in regards to eating disorders, and we knew that. And we were saying, this is not just a single problem that's going on. You
Yeah.
have individuals on this campus who are putting girls on washing machines, and if anything shakes, they are telling them they need to lose that weight, encircling their body parts. It's bad. It's really bad.
you okay?
I'm fine. But what I'm saying is that it's a problem. We exposed it, and then the administration turned to us and said, no, you're the problem. And that happened numerous times while we were at TCU. I'm grateful for that education, but what I'm saying is that there are a lot of problems on that university's campus. A lot.
And I wouldn't be shocked if they got any worse, to be totally honest.
Well, yeah, I mean, with just social media exploding and exploding more. But who knows? I mean, that's probably a problem on a lot of campuses. I think that especially Because TCU is a big school, but it's not like a huge. It's not huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
Well, you know what, though? I mean, it got to the point where they were finger pointing so much and just, looking at Allie and I, a lot of me, and saying, you're the problem. And I told them, I said, I'm going to be the biggest fucking problem you've had. Fuck you. I was pissed. They thought that because we needed them for our education that we couldn't speak out about this shit. And the problem is that there's a whole nother world outside of TCU. A whole nother world that doesn't give a fuck about protecting their reputation.
But the bottom line is that in regards to this girl, and when I see, a post online about her,
Also, go frogs.
also go frogs. But when I see posts, with her boyfriend being like, ordering food for her, I'm like, we are continuing a pattern here that is not right. And it's going to get worse in regards to the kids that go to this school. It's only gotten worse over time. TCU used to be a place where people of Fort Worth loved the students, said they were fantastic, loved to be around them. It used to be kind of a more homey feel than what SMU was. And now it turned into what SMU is as well, which is spoiled rich brats.
Yep.
Who are entitled and do not take responsibility for anything they do.
Yeah, and before, you know what the thing is that there's always people who are like, it's not all of us. Of course it's not fucking all of you.
We're not
God!
saying it's all of you.
This is what's frustrating, is that you can't criticize anything these days. Absolutely anything without someone going, excuse me, I'm an exception to the rule. And it's like, I'm not saying there aren't exceptions to the rule, but look around you. It is blatantly in front of you that the women that go to this school are constantly told how they're supposed to look. Bleach blonde hair, 115 pounds. It's right in front of you. And if you're walking around TCU and you're going, oh, well, I'm not a skinny white woman, whatever. Congratulations. You're not in that group. But if you go
and guess what? You probably don't fit in on the campus, and people have made that clear to you, and we're sorry about that.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah.
It sucks because you came there to get an education, and instead you're leaving with a damaged self-esteem and wondering why you're not the same as these other people. You don't have to be the same as these other people. These other people, for the majority, suck. They suck ass.
Man, we're pissed.
I like, and I get emotional about it just because of the fact that there's nothing that's been done to make it better. That's what is frustrating, is that I've gone to numerous graduation speeches where the chancellor says the exact same speech each year and just changes the name of the musical artist that he's referencing. That's it. He does not give a fuck about you. He cares about making money. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, people just not only care about making money, they just want everything to run. I mean, in their mind, run as smoothly as possible.
Yes.
Where it's like if they could just sweep anything they can under the rug. I mean, that's kind of any person
because
in power, really.
the value of him being, this caricature of somebody who cares about you is part of his job to make sure things run smoothly and to make sure that that school is still collecting the biggest checks that they can. It's his job.
It's just funny because I remember people in college being like, oh my God, the chancellor said hi to me. The chancellor knows who I am. And I just remember being like, yeah, the chancellor knows who I am. It ain't a good thing. You know what I'm saying? It's like it depends on what side you're on. If you're just another number, he's fine with you.
Yeah.
Of course he says hi. You're just another number. But if you cause an ounce of a problem, then it's like, well, maybe you don't belong here.
Quite literally.
Literally.
He will literally say you do not belong here.
Fuck. Man, fuck the whole fucking thing. Man.
That's
Man.
true. But you
And
know
we're
what?
using the fucking coasters right here, too. Texas Christian University. I'm not saying the school can't get better, and I'm not saying there aren't good professors that are there, because there are. It's crazy because 2015, 5 years ago, right? 5 years ago, literally, like, right now.
Yeah.
Okay. And some people might be like, oh, get over it. It's 5 years ago, whatever. And it's like, these people mail me shit all the fucking time, okay? You're still going to mail me asking for money and I can't bitch about you? What's that about?
They call.
Hey, TCU, you get over it, huh? It's 5 years ago.
They call asking for money.
Quit calling
To
my
us.
fucking ass. Dude, like man, I have half of mine to just like one of those bitches that call or whatever. And they're like, "Hi, would you like to donate money?" I literally want to go. Let me tell you a fucking story.
Let me tell you what happens after this shit's over. After you leave that building for the very last time.
Let me tell you about this. Let me tell you about what happened to me. Let me tell you what happened to my friends. Let me tell you.
You know they'll stay on the phone for it.
They have to.
Absolutely.
They have to. They're bored out of their
At
minds.
the end of it, they're like, maybe he's gonna give us a little bit of money.
Yeah.
I will
Yeah.
never give you money more than what I owe.
I mean, even me, my college, I don't have I graduated. I didn't go to the graduation, but I graduated, and I still don't have my paper diploma because they wanted me to pay $109 for a book, and I said no.
I mean, hey, you know what? It's ridiculous that they're having you buy physical copies of stuff that is online and like or even half the time the book isn't even necessary.
The pigs.
Well, half the time the professor had a part in writing the book.
Yeah.
And it was like, this is the book you have to buy. It's like, dude, you're hawking your own merch during the class, you fucking scumbag.
They literally I don't even, it's frustrating because it's like I'm trying to find this funny bone in this story and I just can't
I'm looking
get it.
for it.
And
I'm sorry that this turned a little bit serious.
No.
It's just,
No. But here's the thing.
This is good.
That's that's the truth about just talking though. Listen, shut the fuck up. Okay, this is the thing about just talking though. This is the thing. We're just talking.
Well, and sometimes.
No. She's right.
You try so hard to be like, hey, at the end of the day.
Because sometimes when you're just talking, you're shooting the shit, you're doing whatever, you're having a good time. Sometimes it takes a turn.
Listen, sometimes your morning cup of coffee is just a morning cup of fucking Joseph, not a cup of Joe.
That's right.
That's right. Ooh,
And-
I'm gonna put that on a t-shirt.
Yeah.
T-shirt. Too long for a t-shirt.
This is a full name type of episode. You know what I'm saying? This is a Joseph.
Cup of Joseph.
This is a Joseph.
This is a just talking.
Yes. Exactly.
Yeah. Well, no. I mean, here's the bottom line. Okay. Funny people, funny fucking people go through bad shit. All right.
That's right.
It's the truth. So you can't get.
Tragedy
Yes, you can't
to
get
comedy.
you can't get the funny without the trauma. Unfortununely.
And again, this isn't to say, I mean, Kelly and I, some of our experiences at DZU
Oh,
were
hilarious.
hilarious and incredible, and we're very grateful for them. But you can't look at things that have negatives to it and just say all of it's hunky-dory because you want to remember the good parts about it. The struggle is what turns into growth, and it makes you who you are. And part of our time at this university was a struggle. It was a struggle.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. We had great times with Kelsey and Chelsea, and I had some from improv times or whatever. Allie and...
Hallie.
Oh, Hallie. Yeah.
I'm Allie.
I was like, you were there, yes. Hallie. I mean, Gabby, Tom. I mean, these are people that we can list off or whatever. But it's them. It wasn't the school. It was them.
Yeah.
Those were the people that was what was important.
Right.
This other stuff, education, it was great. But it's like other stuff. It's like, do we need, you're doing all these horrible things in the administrative office, but you're like, look, we have puppies for finals.
Yeah, we have 20 golden retrievers in the common area. Doesn't that make you happy?
I was so depressed, I didn't even go see the 20 puppies. Do you see what I'm saying? Things were bad. Things were so bad that they said, here's 20 golden retriever puppies, and I still looked them in the eyes and I said, fuck you.
That's literally like the ultimate rich parent who isn't there for you.
Exactly.
Hey, we fucked up.
But what
I got
about
you
this?
$20.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yep. And, they try to make up for stuff in other ways, like a Jason Derulo concert, and I was like, Jason Derulo. Okay, but no, right? Okay, right when we had the Jason Derulo concert was like where that nurse who was from TCU got Ebola. Okay, so this was right at that time. So anyone who was smart didn't go to the concert because we were all like, Ebola is coming to get our asses.
Well, that concert was just probably a distraction for them to put down all the dogs.
Hey, everyone's
Yeah.
watching Jason Derulo. Let's kill this.
Yeah,
garbage.
there was a big upset because some of the Zeta girls got on stage with Jason Derulo and were like grinding and like fucking.
And they were like, "This is not Christian."
yeah, and we were like, neither is your assault count. So.
But let me tell you. I will tell you one thing, though.
I turned the mic on to say something, and I was like, I got nothing.
Well, honestly, I will say something though, is that I had a friend who we're not that close anymore, but she claimed that somebody had assaulted her and they were not white. And
Yep.
they were on that like nobody's business. And
Yep.
Isn't that something?
Yep. But if you're white, they're like, who? What? Huh? Did
Yeah.
you hear something?
So that's right. We're calling the institution not only something that doesn't care about its students in regards to, their health and stuff, but yes, they are racist.
Oh, definitely. I mean, look at the fucking numbers.
I mean,
You know how many Latinos are in Texas?
Go ahead and look up the stats.
You kidding me? You know how many
TCU.
fucking like it doesn't even. It literally the numbers make no sense.
Here, I just saw a thing that was like, TCU aims to draw students of color, change campus culture in new program. Yeah, that means that their Black Lives Matter protest was just all white people. What a nightmare that is.
Oh, definitely.
It's not really different than most cities, but jeez.
Yeah.
Well,
No.
this is a campus that also lets Steven Crowder just fucking sit there.
They're bad.
Yeah.
I'm not saying they're not
Then
bad.
riddle me this: how come I got in trouble for having alcohol in my room?
I just,
Okay, if we can do things,
Kelly and I got
if we
one
can do
alcohol
things-
violation, and suddenly everybody thinks that, I'll tell you how we got an alcohol violation. We were watching.
alcohol's Christian.
We were watching Bridesmaids.
we knew every quote. We were with
We
Tommy
knew
and
every
Gabby,
quote.
believe it or
Yeah,
not.
we were with Tommy and Gabby. Love them. We were what? 19, 20?
19.
I think we were 20.
No, we were 19 because it was first semester of that year, and
Oh, okay. So we were 19. We're in this room.
someone else was with us, but we're not gonna bring it up.
Oh yeah. Okay, sorry. I'm so sorry. Anyway, so
You guys are gonna have to bleep so much shit.
absolutely. So we are taking shot after shot.
I mean,
Shut up
just
in this
acting
bitch. I mean,
wrong.
we are screaming
The
at the
quotes
TV
because we all knew the quotes, so it was like we could just
and
yell them
all
as
of
they
a sudden, knock, knock, knock on the door. We put the liquor like away and stuff, whatever. We open the door.
Four.
RAs. Four. Which, how is that
So it's
necessary?
just 4 20-year-olds.
Yeah, with
Yeah.
small dicks
They
coming
open
in.
the door and they
Fuckers.
say, "We heard you yelling, shot!"
Well, can I just say this? Can I just say this really quickly?
Y'all
Let me-
fucking
no. I'm
narcs.
not gonna
Fuck y'all.
defend myself. I'm not gonna defend
If
myself.
you an RA, you a narc.
If
Fuck
you were an RA, I'm gonna say this blanket statement. Go fuck yourself.
Our first RA put online that COVID-19 was a pandemic. Okay, so that if that's supposed to be the role model, I truly have no interest.
Okay, I'll give an exception to RAs who are broke and they're like, man, I gotta be
That's different.
get some free rent up in
That's
That
different.
is
That's
different.
different. But there were a lot of RAs who were
In
like,
that
"This will
case,
look good on a resume," and I hate drinking, and I love.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
pig.
So they come in, they scope out the room, and they say, "Why did we hear shot, shot, shot?" So we try to say,
We're like,
"Have you ever seen the movies Bridesmaids?" Because there is a scene where they're yelling about alcohol and stuff. There's not, but anyway,
It was a smooth cover up.
they searched the room.
They didn't find
They-
our alcohol,
They didn't find our alcohol. They found the roommate's alcohol,
which
And
we
were-
all got in trouble for. Which that's not fair. It wasn't ours, and we
But-
were like, "That's not ours."
They said because all of our eyes were red, and we were, being like, "Yeah, I'm totally wasted." No, I'm kidding.
Motherfucker, they could be like, your eyes are red.
Yeah.
Oh, they aren't trained. They're
So-
fucking dumb.
They have
Fucking pieces
us.
of shit.
They have us pour out the handle of alcohol into the sink in front of them.
We're all like
And
sobbing. We're
Then
like,
we all
"What?"
we didn't.
You?
No,
No,
I didn't
no.
cry.
I would not be surprised if Kelly was crying.
No,
No,
I
we
wasn't
did
crying.
not
I was
cry.
just kind of like,
We got
I was
separated.
holding my breath because I was like, I hope they don't find ours. Because once they left, we just kept going.
Yeah, we kept drinking.
Because they didn't take,
But they're gonna come back.
yeah, they didn't
Yeah.
take our actual shit. So it was like,
Yeah.
whatever.
So we all got alcohol violations. We had to take a class on alcohol.
When was, we did?
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
Cool people in that class.
Oh, we already knew. We were in the room with them.
Yeah. Everybody who was in there, we like majority of people, like when we walked in, we were like, "What's up?" like, because there were honestly, like, if you were in Greek life and you drank, most of the time you didn't get alcohol violations because you did it in the Greek house or you did it in other people's houses. But if you weren't in Greek life and you drank in your dorm room,
Then
you
we
ca-
were all together.
We were all kind of like, you know, you walk in, you were like, "What's going on,
I
everybody?"
will never forget this though. Okay, so one time, I was coming back to, it was sophomore year, I was coming back to my dorm room. And this guy that I knew from freshman year, his name was Zaid. I'm not going to say his last name, but like,
He was hot.
You just gave it away by saying Zayd. Nobody else is named Zayd.
It doesn't even
Anyways,
matter. We
anyways,
didn't
it
really know
really
that
doesn't
well.
matter.
And he
Anyways.
was like, "What's up? I'm Zayd. I'm
Eh,
hot." That was
yeah,
it.
like he had like huge muscles, he was fucking ripped. And
So Kelly's come back from wherever. She's all drunk. She's like, hey.
no, I wasn't even,
hey, Zayd.
I wasn't even
no,
drunk.
no. We would never
I was
dare
like-
hit on Zayd. We knew we were
We were
like
like out of that, whatever. So no. So
for real.
So I'm like walking back from somewhere. I think I was walking back from like a sack practice or something not.
Sack is senseless acts of comedy. Kelly was purple time.
It's not Happy Sack Club. I was practicing sack.
Point is,
You guys got a lot of
is that
sack practice.
I didn't listen. Okay, so I didn't have. So I wasn't drinking, or maybe I had like one drink somewhere. Anyways, so I'm walking down, and Zayd comes out of nowhere. I didn't know him that well. Comes out of nowhere and picks me up. Okay, and is
Zayd?
like.
Yeah,
I'm like, okay, whatever. And his friend goes, Zayd, you can't like put her down, you know, whatever. And he's like, no, it's fine. We're gonna shower together. Right? And I was like, oh, that's all right, whatever. And his friend goes, Zayd, like, she's the girl that got like sexually assaulted. Like, you can't, whatever.
What do you mean the girl who? got-
Because I was the girl in the dorm freshman year who was known for that.
Oh,
And Zayd was like, it's fine. And so he was like, we can shower together. And I was like, I really got to go to bed. And he was like, all right, catch you later. And I was like, okay, bye. And then they left, and I just laid in my bed being like, what the fuck? You know?
That's strange. There was a guy.
That's strange.
there was a guy.
Because you're like, that was my chance with Zayd.
Yeah, I kind of fucked it up, didn't I?
Well, because
I could have showered with Zayd if I hadn't been the
here's
girl.
the thing. Here's the thing.
You should have been like, let me get my caddy.
Here's the thing: is that there are numerous friends of ours and young ladies who would have looked at that opportunity and being like, "Oh my God, Zayd is so hot." But Kelly and I are like,
I'm like, what do I even do
don't
with you?
know.
What do I do with you?
touch you? I'm me. You're you. It's like not a. It's just not a thing. There was a dude. When we were living in University House, our senior-ish, junior or whatever.
Yeah.
Who he came to our apartment. We had like seen him out, and he came back to like have a beer or whatever with us. And he said he had taken like a chiropractic class or whatever the fuck. And he picked me up and he cracked my back. Holy fuck. I've never been more terrified in my life. This man, and he was hammered. And I was like, if you had done this wrong, you would have like really messed up my back.
Wait, is this the guy that when he left, he said the N-word and we were like, he can never come over again?
Well, the reason.
Wait, I'm sorry.
I mean, he didn't say the N-word while he cracked her back.
No, I'm saying he was like, later, my bitch. Or like,
No.
On his way out, as he left.
This is what happened. He called me like 20 minutes after he left, and he said, "Did you leave Camels in my car? Like Camel cigarettes?" And I said, "No." And he goes, "I didn't think so, but only N smoke that with a hard R."
A, that's not cool. B, that's not true.
I was very. I literally.
I think they were Gabby's and she's Mexican.
So
Fucking idiot.
But it was like very jarring. Like on the phone, I remember like when he said it, it was like whatever he said next. I just kind of like.
Yeah, the hard R will like put a ring in your
It's
ear
very
where you're
jarring.
like, where am I?
Yeah. You'll black out.
Am
a
I
little
in
bit.
the 50? Like, what is going on?
Yeah.
I mean, really, any kind of weird
Slur. You're like
Like,
it
even
takes you
today-
out of it.
Even today, I was at work and I was having a fine conversation with this guy. He was annoying, but we were talking about football. This customer,
Uh-huh.
he's like, "Yeah, man, I'm from Fontana." And I was like, "Oh, I'm from Bakersfield originally." He's like, "Man, Fontana used to be a good place to live." And then he goes, "This is too many Mexicans now." And he goes, "You know," he's like, and I swear to God, he goes, "There's too many Mexicans now." And I was like, "You know, I'm not prejudiced."
Right, of course.
And I was just like, and
I'm not prejudiced or whatever, but I do keep a count.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, what the fuck?
And it's like, obviously, I'm like, that's not cool, but I literally am just like, okay, yeah, okay.
what are you gonna do? You're at work.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
That's the thing is that these people they get you in situations.
They take advantage of the fact that you can't say whatever you really want to say. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like you.
Yeah.
I mean.
Well, that was like the other night with that fucking guy. When the other night at the bar
Yeah.
when he goes, you know, this pandemic, you know, a lot of homeless people. I mean, I don't want them in my neighborhood. I'll say it.
and it's
and
kind of
it's
like,
like-
what do you want us to do? We're not gonna agree with you.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go out there and say, what was your address again? Oh yeah. Hey guys, party at Jerry's.
Yeah, and it's like, dude, you
Go
can't
get
be that,
fucking
You
tanked.
can't be that fucking loaded, dude. You're sitting at the same fucking bar that we're at. What are you talking about? You're still at a dive bar. So
Still at Donnell's bar, dude.
Donnell's.
You know.
Man, shit, if we got sponsored by Donnell's,
hold on, pause 1 second. What time are we at?
we're at like,
You're at 110 with a few hiccups in there, so
Okay.
probably about an hour.
Oh, I really gotta pee.
oh, okay. All right, you want to wrap this thing up?
Yeah, we can do that.
Guys, you know what? Look, I think we tied it all together with the dive bar again.
Yeah, I think
that
so
was
too.
good.
That was good.
Um,
Good round.
We
circle.
want you to know that we appreciate you so much.
We
and,
do so
and
much.
sometimes, yeah, it gets a little heavy on just talking.
It gets a little bit heated.
yeah.
But if it didn't, you wouldn't. This wouldn't be genuine. This wouldn't be real. And we're 100% real. Just like I feel like there's
Except for my titties. Just kidding.
they are very.
They're
real.
as real as it gets.
Anyway. All right. Well, hey, it's been great, and we will absolutely see you next time.
Yeah. Thanks.
Thanks. Bye.